Oops.
Goodbye.
I can't come to his home right now, but if you leave your
Okay.
name and number.
He's not coming. Okay, let me see if let me add myself. Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. Steve is having internet issues, so I am trying to work this the best I can without really doing it. Can you see us at all? He said for me to click on here. Okay. Anybody chat? You can. Okay. Oops. Hold on. Okay. Well, welcome to the Rescue Show. My name is Julie Rabeau. I don't know if you can see or hear us. Let me see. Hold on. No.
Said that they can see us and hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Okay. Thanks so much. Okay. So Steve is having internet issues. So this being my second show, co-hosting with them, I am going to do the best I can. I volunteer with Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. I've been with them for over 4.5 years. Oh, there's the comments. We have great people with us. I've got to get the other ones up. We have Stephanie with us right now with Coltrane. I wish I knew how to do her videos, but I don't. So in the meantime, Stephanie, if you can tell us a little bit about Coltrane, that would be great.
Sure. Cole is 3 years old. When I first got him almost a month ago, he was 74 pounds. I want to say maybe he's a couple more pounds, or he's gained a couple more pounds. Right now he's sleeping. I can show you. Hi, Cole. Well, that's pretty much all he does, which is wonderful. He's so gentle, very light eater. He does wake up quite early, but routine is his jam. Very social.
So I was looking in your bio. You were saying he does a really cute thing when you wake up in the morning and stuff.
Yes. So in the last week, he has truly opened up, and every morning, sorry, that's my other dog. Every morning, Miss, I'm on the phone. Every morning, I will say good morning, and Cole will start. You'll just hear thud, 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 thud with his tail. And when I get out of bed, he will then get up, stretch, and start dancing in circles. And it's super cute. And he knows that he's going straight outside for his first walk of the morning. And he loves it.
Oh, that's great. So tell us about what would be the best kind of home for Coltrane.
If a family does not have a dog or a cat, because he does so well with the resident cat on the grounds, even children, if they don't have any of those for him, if it's a single family such as himself, if they're active and they enjoy bringing him on adventures, whether it's to dog-friendly restaurants or on hikes, he really loves people, and he loves to be around his family and be included. That would be the top priority.
Great. And what are some of the personality traits that you like best about him that make him so unique and special?
He's so calm. And when we go out, he has this ability to trot. And the first day we got him, I was like, oh my gosh, you're a show dog that's retired. He's active, he's social, he's quiet, Honestly, every person that I've ever met, when they describe their ideal or perfect dog, it is Cole. I wish that he can find a family as soon as possible. He's a gem.
All right. Now I'm going to go back down for a few minutes because we're missing 4 people.
They're on backstage, Steve. They're waiting
They're
backstage.
probably in the wrong studio right now.
Oh, goodness.
All
Okay.
right. So let me get a hold of some folks. Because right now you and Stephanie are just stealing the show, and you guys are doing a great job. Sorry, everybody. I know my internet's been sketchy here. So that's what happened here. So I'm gonna go on back down. You guys are doing great. Thank you, Julie. You covered for me.
Yeah, I was like panicked. I don't know if you could see it on my face, but Stephanie's been doing a great job telling us about Coltrane and stuff.
And
so,
Stephanie is that's amazing. I'm gonna go figure out where the other folks are, and we're gonna because we got a bonded pair coming up and everything, and they're not down there right now. So I'll start getting a hold of people. Okay.
Well, sure. And Stephanie's done a great job.
Carry on. And I'm going to go ahead and go down here.
There
again.
we go.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for rescuing my fellow fosterers. So tell us about your foster experience with him. You know, as how many times have you fostered for GPRS, and what has made it such a great experience, or some of the challenges for you as well?
Cole is actually my first foster through GPRS. I've fostered up there. I have also fostered for the Birth Society for a few dogs as well the last year since I've moved here. The amazing, like I cannot wait to continue to foster with GPRS. The dogs that come through, I love great people. But Cole has been such a delight to have in my home. Like I mentioned, the perfect dog. He's so quiet. I often forget that he's here until I see like a large giant polar bear through my living room, and I'm like, "Oh, you're here." I haven't had any negative experience with him. He's so social, but he doesn't want to play. When he first arrived, I was an Australian cattle dog pit bull mix, and she's 11 months old. And so he established his boundaries right off the bat with just like a low grumble. I've never heard him actually play well together, which is quite sweet, except for I don't want him to go through another heartbreak, because I know that he got separated from his bond already. I would like placed in his forever homes.
Now, sure. I know as being a foster up in the Pacific Northwest, we are so appreciative of our Texas fosters, and we can't thank you enough, because you get those dogs initially when they're, you know, they're worst. They've been abandoned. They've been, strays. They've been at the shelters. They've, who knows their backstory and their, I was just reading some of the stories about some of the other dogs that are going to be on the show, where they came in, and I know some of my fosters too, rail thin and covered in fleas, and just their spirits kind of broken from being in such a tough situation, and so we're super appreciative, I know. And how has that experience changed you as a foster?
Relocating here to Texas has opened up my eyes to a completely different world for the dogs and cats. It's extremely heartbreaking to understand how many dogs are coming through the shelters just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. When I got Cole, he was 74 pounds, very thin, very dirty. The gentleman who did rescue him, who pulled him from the shelter, very will help me navigate to support Cole to get him back on the right track of gaining weight, gaining confidence. And I think by having my puppy, who's extremely social, has really helped him. It took about 3 days for him to get up and out of the little area that I had him contained in. And within, I would say, about 10 days, did he start eating regular meals with us. And I've had him almost a month now. And just in the last week is when he started to show his true playfulness, his true personality. So it has been uh, a process, a lot more of a challenging process than I have had with past fosters. But he's just amazing.
Sure. And that's such an important part you just brought up. And I think that I know when we work with adopters as well, it's like you have to imagine these dogs have had their worlds turned upside down. So, once they do decide to adopt and such, that if the dogs come into their home, that they've been at with their foster family who they've just received, or at headquarters they've received nothing but an outpouring of love and acceptance, where before they had nothing. And so to give them that chance to acclimate to their home and stuff. And like any time, just as you were saying, it took him, a while to be able to adjust to your home and really to start to see their personality come through. And I think that's such an important part, not to give up on the dogs so quickly, as we've seen sometimes, where dogs have been adopted and then they'll say, I've had him a week and this isn't working. And it's like, you got to understand, what they've been through and give them a chance to adjust and give them let them, give them time for their true personalities to come through.
Yes. And a lot of times people think that fostering it's hard on the human. But much to what you just said, they are coming from a background that we have no idea what it is. He thankfully does not have any triggers. He's not afraid of the vacuum. He came to me housebroken already and potty trained. So I believe it's his brother, Robbie. Steve had mentioned that recently. That is his bonded pair who still lives in Austin. And Cole seems very more submissive, but he definitely went through a long depression after being separated. And I often tell him, I go, look, buddy, we've all, even as kids, we all were sent to camp, and it was scary. You didn't have your family, parents. And so I always keep that in the forefront of my mind when I do foster, is that they don't know me. They are forced into my home, and for all I'm just as terrible as anybody else that they've met. But he's been so good and very
All right.
a stranger.
What kind of I don't know if you mentioned this yet or not. What kind of home do you think he would need? Kids, cats, lions, tigers, wolves?
He would do well in any setting, honestly. So I live in a apartment. I live in an urban setting, which was kind of like a trial to see how well a Great Pyr would do, or him being an Akbash, how well they would do in a concrete jungle environment. And I do live on a lake, so it's been lovely. He gets that. They get to sit outside, go 24/7 through the balcony. He's so many different breeds of dogs, so many different ages as well. And there are 4 resident cats on the ground. And all of them, he just will go up, boop them on the nose, and keep walking. There are also families with various ages of children. And yesterday, we actually met a a baby, 7-year-old, and Cole just gently walked over, smelled the baby, and then just sat there like, I'm your protector now. So it was really cute to see.
Well, I guess that's one way to cat test him, huh?
Yes.
Right.
Right. Okay.
He does with males and females as well. I had one of my neighbors, when we had our super cold days over the holidays, my neighbor was outside with his dog and he was wearing a ski mask, and Cole didn't even flinch. He rubbed right up my neighbor, and it just was very telling that Cole can adjust to a lot.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, we got some stuff on here and we got some folks backstage, and I didn't have internet. I just barely got my internet back, and I didn't have all of the invites set out. I don't know if a bird ate our fiber optics or what the heck happened, but we're back. It got sketchy for a second. So we've got a little bit of advertising to do here for your dog, don't we? Besides all of this. So we did a promo video for him. None of them are uploaded, and Julie didn't know to do this because she shouldn't be in this position right now.
I looked desperately, but I couldn't find it. Here's my cohort Velma. She's making a guest appearance. My new foster.
By the way,
she has no thumbs, so she couldn't help either.
well, I'm sorry, but I didn't hear you. You said Sydney wasn't home?
No, I said I didn't know how to do it, and Velma, my foster puppy, has no thumbs.
All right. Well, we're gonna while we're doing this. This is going to be a little bit backwards. Lori, I see you down there. Carmen, I see you down there. We're missing Holly. We got to find Holly. Thank goodness I've got Superwoman on it. Serena. All right.
Oh, thank you.
So Serena's helping me out.
She's the best.
And I'll tell you what, not very often you catch me at a loss for words, right?
Well, okay. The good news is Stephanie did a great job of telling us all about Cole. We got to see him sleeping on the floor, and we've had a great introduction to him as well, and talking about fostering and awesome. Such. So it's been
well, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and play Coltrane's video here. I still got some more videos to upload. I want to get Lori up here too, because man, I wanna meet that little girl, Supergirl she's got, and I got to get that video up here too. So here we go. We're gonna give this our best shot. Oops.
Holly.
Wow, you got a pretty cool dog there. Nice work on that video, Stephanie.
Her work.
He
Not
does
mine.
have a
okay.
show dog prance.
All right.
He does
Okay.
prance like a
All
show
right, it's
dog.
my fault. All right, we lost Lori down there for a little bit. I don't know if she got bored with us or not, but we still have Carmen and Holly down. Now, we got Ivory down there, and Carmen has the bonded pair, if I remember right. Yep, that's her. But we're gonna get ready to bring up Ivory, I think. Can you stay with us for a little while, Stephanie, till the end of the show and kind of bail us out of a hole if we need you to?
Absolutely.
All right.
She'd be a good co-host.
Okay.
She did a wonderful job.
Yeah, she did do well. All right. So while we got this next dog, now, man, bear with me, everybody. I just barely got my internet back. It's been down since, well, I don't know when. I woke up with no internet this morning, so all day. So Ivory is a special little girl, and I think you're going to see this here. Let's play her little video. Oh, and looky there. There she is. Wow, look at Ivory. Hi. Hi, Holly, off to the side.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
And,
Holly.
Hi.
and this is Naya. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yep. And this is Bodie.
Oh, hi, Bodie. And we're going to have a Brody on the show. I hope we don't get you guys confused. All right. So, wow, look at her. She's gorgeous. She's just as good looking there live as she is in the video.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's a really sweet, sweet girl. We brought the kids on because Ivory loves kids and she's really good with them. And we wanted people to be able to see that in case there's a family out there that's considering adopting.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. And so this is like proof.
This is proof. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess kid testing's done.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? Did you call Naya over and say, Naya, can you come pet this dog? Let's see if he'll bite you or something?
No, she's just
Whoa.
been living with the kids, and we can tell she has we fostered a lot of dogs, but she's just extra gentle with the kids. She likes to play fetch with them. Ivory and Bodie play fetch almost every day down the hall, and she likes to snuggle up to them and everybody else. She's a really very big snuggler, little extra snuggler.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
now, let me ask a couple of questions. I want to touch on this because we see this often. I noticed that Naya and Bodie aren't laying on her. They're not overwhelming her because they know how to act around a dog. Is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had
Mhm.
many dogs.
We've had
And
many dogs
dogs.
in this house.
so they weren't born knowing how to get along with dogs, right?
Nope, they had to learn it.
Okay, there you go, folks. Everybody, please remember, it's not the dog's job to get along with a child. It's your job to teach your children this right here, proper etiquette around dogs. So, wow. Now, what about cats? You guys got kids? You got to have cats.
We have we have one cat,
Berkeley.
Berkeley. She
Yeah.
lives downstairs. We have 2 floors, and so our dogs don't go down there, but Ivory has had the chance to see her through the stairwell, and has not had any strong reactions.
Look
And
at her.
also
She's
hears her
gorgeous.
meowing. Has not had any strong reactions.
Wow. And how old do we think she is again?
She was born at GPRS in rescue. So she will be 1 in March.
Wow, just a baby.
She's a
Well,
baby,
we're-
she's a young dog, but if you want an easy puppy, I mean, there's still puppy stuff to do. You know, she's working on learning to chew the right things and stuff, but she's already house trained. She loves her crate.
She lost her needle teeth already.
Yeah, she loves her crate, but she's house trained. She knows where to go to the bathroom and where not to go. And
Wow. Is she the one that had a sister that is Ivory? I get mixed up. We have 5 dogs coming up today, folks. This is amazing. And now, is she the one that was suspicious of being Anatolian Pyrenees?
this is the one, yes. And then one of her litter mates was DNA tested.
Gotcha.
And the litter mates DNA test said they were 50% Pyrenees, and the other 50% was a shepherd mix of German shepherd, Australian shepherd, and cattle dog.
Okay. Well,
And
don't you just love DNA? Because I don't know about you folks out there that's had dogs as long as me and Julie and well, most likely Holly, but I don't know. It looks to me like I'm looking at an Akbash. I don't know about you guys.
She has, I don't know if you can see it, but she has a little bit of Merling on her back.
Okay. From here, the Akbash people call that biscuit.
Okay. Come here.
Yeah. That's the only other color Akbash is allowed to be, but it doesn't really matter. That's a purebred good girl now, isn't it?
Yeah, she's a really good girl.
Okay. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Holly, what are some of does she walk well on a leash? And what are some of your favorite attributes of her?
She does well with the harness, and she loves going on walks. She loves being outside. She is very playful. She loves playing. Thank you, sweetie. She loves playing with our resident dogs. And so she loves a really good romp with other dogs. So she needs a playful resident dog for sure to live with. Whenever we go walking, she wants to play with just about every dog that she sees. So she's very playful. She likes to play with dogs. She likes to play with people. She likes to snuggle. She walks good on a harness. She's learning. She knows sit pretty well, especially if there's a treat involved. Let's see. Here we go. Sit. Good girl.
And this is what
Maya,
happens.
what's your favorite part about Ivory? What do you love most about her?
I don't know. She's just a good dog overall. One thing I really like is sometimes I like to read to her or something, and she's a pretty good listener.
Wow. Wow.
Very.
You're too bad you're not old enough to get your own home, foster a separate dog, you know what? Wow. Yeah, and what I'm hearing here is very consistent with, well, Rescue knows what they're doing. She's a classic example of puppy protocol. Wouldn't you say that, Julie?
Yes, I think so too. I know Holly's been a long time GPRS foster, and I know I've grown up with her since I've been in the rescue, and I've learned a lot from her as well. And so I can understand why her children,
Right.
as well as her foster puppies, do so well.
That's right. Because 8 weeks is really that's early weaning. Maybe mom's done, but there's still more work to be done with siblings. So, but the rescues is pretty impressive. I mean, they've got, everybody's a little bit different, but that's okay. A puppy protocol, and this is one of the results here of that with learning, because the puppies teach each other that those needle teeth hurt.
Yeah.
And if you do it, and if there is no right or wrong, but if you give them the ability, they can actually help teach themselves. So, but
So this is an example of how Ivory likes to snuggle.
Yeah.
see that.
She like
Poor Bodie, it's a good thing Bodie doesn't have to go potty.
Yeah. We all went before the show.
yeah.
Right.
Even Ivory. We wanted to make sure everyone was good.
Now, does Naya walk her?
No, usually
Oh, good. I'm glad that's what that
and
answer was.
my husband walked the dogs, but I think that they could. She does pull a bit, but she stops, We just like to be extra careful.
Yeah.
We don't want to put the kids in a situation that maybe they can't handle.
Right. I did have a training client of mine on the show last year that taught her 100-pound Great Pyrenees how to not pull her on the leash, and she was 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, that was one case. Don't put your 8-year-old out with your 200 or 150-pound Great Pyrenees so she can teach her how to not pull on the leash. Doesn't work that way all the time. All right. This was a special case. All right. Any more questions for her, Julie? We're going to move along.
No, I thanks for bringing her. The one thing, it showed her at 33 pounds, but she looks a little bigger than that too.
No, that's old. She's not 30. She's
No.
definitely.
Yes.
Well, that was
So am I,
yesterday.
then.
We need to
Much
update that.
bigger. She's
I'm not.
size of me.
We need to weigh her. I'm not really sure how. I want to say
Okay.
she weighs 50 pounds, but I'm just.
Yeah.
She could be even more than that. She's not 33 pounds.
Right.
Okay, just want
Yeah.
people to know
Okay.
in case somebody's
Yeah.
looking for a smaller dog, that she's
Yeah,
she's
she
a little
is
bit bigger
smaller
than-
than your average. Great, she's
Yeah.
she's not going to be huge.
It's not like
I think she'll be. I think she'll be like 80 pounds, maybe max.
Gotcha.
She'll be on the smaller side because she has that kind of. She's got that mix to her.
All right. Cool.
but We'll get that updated weight.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to bring a dog up now here that I can't even pronounce her name. Holly, by the way, I meant to ask you, I don't know what your schedule's like. You want to stay up for the show, or you prefer to go back down to your green room in case, something happens and nobody can see it?
We can stay on a little
Okay.
bit longer.
Then we'll put you over there by Stephanie, and you guys can talk back. Well, I don't want to talk back and forth, but we've got, how do you pronounce her name, Julie? I'll tell you what.
Carmen?
They call, no. The dog. It's Frittata. They call her Max.
Frittata, yes.
Yeah, let's
yes,
go with
yes.
Max. How about that? All right. But
Her rescue name is Frittata, yes.
Frittata. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. I can't spell it. I couldn't even pronounce it. Now the foster calls her Max lovingly, and we're going to allow that on the show here because I don't want to be a bigger dork than I already am up here. All right. We have a video for her. We're going to bring her up while the video's playing.
there, Steve. How
Hi,
are you?
Lori.
Oh, how you doing? Is that Supergirl?
This is our flying up.
We had a lot of fun making that video.
He had a lot of fun making those videos. Max loves to run. So
Yeah.
we started with both Feta, her sister, and Frittata as fosters. And so that was just too much of a mouthful to be trying to call those two girls at the same
Frittata.
time. So that's how we ended up with Max.
Yeah. See, I would have had to turn that foster down. I'm sorry. I couldn't pronounce her name. Probably shouldn't be fostering. So, well, she looks like a boy, go girl, huh?
She is a little tomboy. She likes to run outside. She was a little lonely when her sister first got adopted over Thanksgiving. And by that time, she had been at our house as a foster for 4 months. And so we decided to trust her to run on some neighborhood trails with us because we knew that she really loved running at the dog park. And as you can see from those clips that you used in the video, she loves being out and being with just that little bit of freedom. She's always come back really well. So I would tell any adopter not to trust her, the first little bit because she needs to get used to you and know what the rules are for your house. But with 4 months of taking her for walks, she was definitely trustworthy. So
Were they born in rescue or not?
yes, she is almost a year old. She's 11 months old now, I think. She's got a February birthday.
Okay. Now, how long ago did her sister get adopted?
Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, she's probably getting a little upset about that by now. Why
She
don't I have a new home
I
yet? I'm better
know.
than my sister ever thought about being.
She's bigger than her sister, which is, another reason we went with Max because she was the bigger of the two.
Yeah. Plus, her sister was black and white, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. She had the little
Yeah.
black and
So,
white ears. So
you have cats?
we do not have cats.
Okay.
And we don't have young children in our house. We do have a lot of adult visitors in our house. And Max was pretty standoffish at first. But over the holidays,
Guess you had no choice because over at holidays, you locked up there for a second, Lori. I saw you coming and going down there. What happens with that usually is our internet becomes unstable. Okay, just like that. So, but we've covered for you. You were froze for a second there, and
We lost her. I
Okay.
can't hear her. Yeah.
yeah, we can't hear you right now, Lori, and apparently she can't hear us. But we'll figure it out in the end. We're gonna take her out of the spotlight for a second because she has no clue that she lost her audio. Okay.
Right.
Now, if you can hear us, Lori, we don't have you right now. So we may come back to you and hopefully you can stay up. We lost your audio. You might want to leave the studio and then come back. That's usually what fixes this. So we're going to take you down to the green room if you can hear me. And we're going to bring up, well, we have a bonded pair coming up. Okay.
Woo.
And, yes, we do. And we want to come back to Lori. All right. So we're going to take you down so you can exit and come back and be prepared to come back up because we're not done with. I want to know how she got her name that I can't pronounce. All right. So
Frittata.
yes. All right. So now who we have coming up here is man, it was now these dogs have to stay together, don't they? Because they're a bonded pair. So
Right.
now, Carmen, if you can hear me, let's get ready because we're going to play 2 videos and you're going to be up there joining us. And Lori is down there. Hopefully she'll be able to join us back here. We didn't have any audio out of you, Lori, is what happened. So which one do we start with? Ladies first? Start with Dory?
Sure.
wow, where's Carmen and Dory? She may have technical issues, and we still have one more video to play, Mr. Brody. So that's why we did that. Now, in the meantime, we're going to give that a break. We have Lori back so we can finish up with Max. All right. Can we hear you now?
AKA Frittata.
Fatata. We still can't hear you for some reason. We're going to fix that throughout the week, Lori, because I have a funny feeling you're going to be fostering again, and we're going to want this fixed. So we will.
Well, I can hear her now. I can hear Lori now.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
Yes.
So yeah, we really think that, you know, Frittata deserves to have another dog in her house as a playmate, just to teach her how to be a good dog for her new family. We haven't had any chance to expose her to cats, but she does well, you know, with a little warm up time to people coming over and visiting your home. So she's going to probably just need a little extra time to adapt, mostly because she's just had such a long foster period in our house, and because she did have a little setback whenever her sister left before her. But we think she'll do well and be a nice companion dog who likes to sit and snuggle. She'll sit right down with you in the evening and be your companion while you watch TV or read a book. But you can't read that book with two hands because somebody's got to be touching Max. So,
Right.
all right.
Okay.
Thanks so much for allowing us to be on. We've enjoyed it.
Well, thank you so much for fostering. Okay.
Yes.
And we may still be having some technical issues with Carmen. I'm not sure. I've got Serena on it. Thank you, Serena. Boy, I'll tell you, Serena's the. We got to get her on show one of these days. She's the
I know.
She's the Texas foster coordinator for all of Texas, right?
Right.
Texas
Right,
is
right. And she does a
pretty
fabulous
much
job.
Texas
Right.
is pretty much as big as the rest of this country. So she's got her work cut out for her. All right.
Hey, Lori, I have a question about Frittata. So it
Sure.
has her listed as a Great Peer Lab mix. Is that right? Or
I don't
no?
think so.
I don't
No,
think so either.
Okay.
no, she doesn't look like
Yeah,
either
I
one of
didn't think
those.
so.
Her hair's very short.
Right.
She doesn't have a thick, ruffly coat. She doesn't have a lab type of head at all. So no,
Uh-huh.
I don't think that's her.
And I don't think it matters.
Okay.
That
No,
girl is gorgeous,
No.
isn't she?
she's a pretty puppy. Yes.
Wow.
She is.
But I tell
And
you,
she's
I was
I
about
just
don't know.
wondering
60
if some of the
pounds.
attributes.
Might want to change the
Uh-huh.
bio. Just say, who cares what she is?
Yeah.
She's a purebred good girl. We got a
Right.
lot of those. And you guys got a lot of those at
Right.
GPRS.
100% awesome. That's right. Yes.
Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's what's happening. That's where it's happening for all of these. Now, without my internet all day today, I didn't get an opportunity to put banners up or anything. But if you look at the description of the show, there is a link to each dog's own they got their own web pages. Okay. And the description of the show is there's a link to their web page. You can read their bios up there. And now the pressure's on for fosters. Do we have an old bio they're going to be reading? We don't want that, do we? So pressure's on. Well, I tell you, this worked out pretty good. I love that. I love.
You
Max.
blink, they grow so quickly too. So what might have been a couple weeks ago, you're having to change collars because they've already grown out of it.
That's
they
right.
get big
Oh,
so
absolutely. And that's where the weight, where you asked about her weight. Shoot, that could have been yesterday at her age, and 5 pounds the next day sometimes. But all right, there we got it.
Frittata
We
has
got
beautiful
Carmen.
markings. It
Cool.
looks like she's all white with just face.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, it is. Yeah, just the face has
Okay.
colors, just has the brown on it. Yeah.
All right. So can you stay up here with us and watch the show?
Sure.
Okay.
she's
So
beautiful.
Dory has a brother, the other half of the bonded pair. Now, I don't know if they're actually brother or sister or not, but it is a bonded pair. I forgot to ask Carmen that. So we're going to bring her up as soon as, we got a Brody video to play. And I'm hoping I get to see Coltrane before the show's over. I understand, Stephanie, but I came in late. That's not your fault. All right.
show them quick if you want.
Okay. So anyway, everybody, here's the second video for the one special foster down there that's fostering a bonded pair. I stand corrected, Sam. I sorry, everybody. They're not a bonded pair. They're just buddies. Is that right, Carmen? Okay, we got to heal that, don't we? If you have another, if you're watching the show from somewhere and you're trying to talk, we need to shut one of those down. Okay. Or.
Okay. Yeah, I shut one of them off.
Okay, perfect.
There
And
you
that
go.
should
There you
be,
go.
that should make it better.
Let me shut me.
Okay, we got you now.
There you go.
We got you. Boy, that was fun for a second, except we don't have video from you, but I think we do. Usually it's not there. Or did we lose you completely?
Carmen, are you there? Ah,
Okay, Carmen, if you sign out, sign back in, because I don't know what's going on, but try to get a little closer to your router or even plug in. This is why sometimes we like to do practice runs. All right. So I'm going to take Carmen back down real quick, and we're going to let Julie tell us what she knows about Brody and Dory, if anything.
I do. I did look at their bio. It was kind of quite a sad story. They came, somebody found them at their home. They were underweight, severely underweight, covered in fleas, and filthy. And the person that found the dogs couldn't keep them. So Carmen did everything she could in her power, and here she is now to tell us the rest of the story.
You're muted right now. You have to unmute yourself. I don't think I can unmute you. If you, there we go. Try that one.
Is it? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we sure
Yes.
can.
Sorry, I had to pull off the computer. It wasn't working through the computer. On my
Okay, perfect.
Wow,
that must be Brody.
yes, it is Brody, and actually only what we can tell is around 9 months. I had 3 of them that showed up on somebody's doorstep the week before Thanksgiving, and they had a sister. She's gotten adopted already, so that's great. And they, from the best, here's the story behind
Hi,
it.
Dory.
Story.
Wow, she's cute.
They had not seen grass or had a toy. They were about 10 to 15 pounds underweight.
Okay.
But angel puppies.
All
I
right.
mean, they have no food aggression or anything. You see Brody just sitting in my lap, or he's usually in my lap, but they're
Now
looking
there's
for the
3
treats I
dogs.
have her.
Boy, they multiply
Yes.
quickly at your home.
Well, this is my dog, and she has been a great mom because in teaching them everything and just guiding them, and that's a great thing that they have for pups with the Great Pyrenees Rescue.
Okay.
These pups were a little different than most 7-month-olds because they were so calm.
Wow. Okay.
But
what about cats?
but they still don't know. But whenever I take them to the playground, the squirrels don't really affect them. So
Okay.
I don't, and they aren't big on chewing up anything, which is amazing. We left all 3 of them. I don't crate them. With all of our friends, we came home, we had the prettiest picture of all 3 dogs. It was like they were a herd.
Okay.
And sitting on the outside of the and
Wow. Yeah, you're cutting in and out just a little bit. We get majority of that, right, Julie?
We did. And I was going to ask, they're not related. They just kind of showed up together, correct?
Oh,
Because
okay.
I think I had Dory as an Aussie peer mix. Is that what I hear? Or?
The Dory for sure is an Aussie pure mix. I think they had the same mom, but maybe different dads.
Oh,
But
okay.
they have the same temperament of all. I mean, they're bonded but not bonded, and I've tried to make sure that I take them on separate walks so they
Okay,
can.
so they can go to different homes. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
See,
Well, you know-
because I want everybody to wish me luck after the show because I'm going to have all of GPRS come down on me. They're not bonded pair. They
No.
yeah, and GPRS won't separate a bonded pair, so there's nothing.
Yeah, they're not.
on here.
They have separate personalities, and they love to play with you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if I didn't know better, I'd almost think you liked him best.
Brody, because he's so chill, and if I sit here and rub his head, he'll just fall asleep standing up. So,
Oh boy,
yeah.
wow.
Let me see.
So
Dory.
why aren't they adopted yet?
Well, they had to gain weight. There's Dory. Hi, Dory.
Wow.
And
She's gorgeous.
beautiful. She is, and
She's
she is
big.
They both actually are really big. I'm sorry, it's moving with my phone.
You're okay.
Dory can. They both are probably 75 pounds, I guess. There's Dory. And they're clicker trained, which is just that noise thing. So when you see them, whenever I take them to the playground, they come right back. And good job, guys. Good job. And so they don't act like normal nine-year-old pups or even
9-month-old pups.
Yeah.
They are just wonderful. They act like more like 2 or 3-year-old dogs. So
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. You're
they're-
gorgeous.
yeah, and they don't. They're great. And Birdie does look more like like Great Pyrenees Anatolian or Great Pyrenees.
He looks a lot like a Great Pyrenees.
He has that great undercoat that doesn't shed, and he doesn't smell, which is great.
I remember you wrote that. You've got a non-stinky peer.
Yeah.
A puppy to boot.
I mean, most Pyrenees don't smell, but I mean, Dory doesn't smell, but he's a boy and he likes to go outside a lot. And it's just strange for short hair, and neither one of them shed like most peers do. And so,
Maybe they haven't grown long enough to really start shedding yet. No, that's a bunch of crap because my puppy started shedding at about 10 weeks old. So
girl did too. One that shed, I've had peers for a long time, and one that shed twice a year, and then the big girl I have now, she sheds all the time.
All
But
right. All right.
and okay, so with mine, I can clip their nails. I can touch anywhere on their body. I mean, and they just are just like trust and love, and they're just wonderful. I mean, I would
Right.
keep, but I know that there's other fosters, and
Right.
they'll
So,
somebody's home and come on.
so I take it they're not your first fosters with the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.
Actually, they are.
Wow.
But I've worked with rescues for a long time, and
And how's your experience been with GPRS?
it's been wonderful. I really, like I said, understood after seeing how great my great parents was and teaching them things. That was something new for me. So
So if you're on the fence on fostering, maybe you just cleared that up for us, Carmen.
yeah, I'm like I said, I'm a fresh new foster and been around dogs a long time, and do therapy with dogs, but I hadn't fostered new dogs.
Okay.
But I had 3 at once that
All right.
7 months old, and they had to be potty trained and leash trained and just human trained. I think. I think they were kept inside. They'd never seen grass before, and
Okay.
so,
Wow. All
yeah.
right.
and they're such beautiful dogs.
Great.
Oh.
Julie, do you have any questions for her? Or even Stephanie?
I think Stephanie's a first-time foster too, but Carmen, thank you so much. I know when you took them in, it was they were in dire straits. It sounded like kind of the story sometimes with these Texas dogs. That's why it's so important to foster down in Texas, because there's so many dogs just like Brody and Dory that need our help. And I know the rescue is just so appreciative of the fosters.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to put Serena on the spot, but we need to get her up here and officially thank her. If it weren't for Serena, we wouldn't have going on what we got going on right now. She scrambled behind the scenes, and like I said, I didn't have internet. I couldn't even send out the links for the guests for the show. I got 2 of them sent out last night, and that was it. And I'm not even sure I put the link in one of them. But
none of that surprises me, because Serena's a Wonder Woman. She can do it all. So
yeah, well, she covers the whole state of Texas.
Yes.
So
yes.
I got to meet her, and she's very nice lady. And then Stephanie and I are going to talk. Man, maybe we can get her into the loop as co-host. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, you did a great job, Stephanie. And
yeah,
Carmen and all of you.
Yeah.
So appreciate.
Well, I tell you, Brody and
Dory.
if I were to apply for Brody or Dory, I would want the other, because they're just so good looking, and it looks like a good pair.
They are. They have a lot of attention when we go anywhere, even walking, because I walk all 3 even with my dog, and they don't pull. They're not reactive to other dogs. They'll look, yes, but it's
they're alive, so that's good.
yeah. On his doorstep, he said he couldn't find a place for them to go, and we had dog flu going around the Dallas area, and plus it was right Thanksgiving, and he was just going to let them go back out. There's no harm. Yeah, and so I went over there, and I'm used to working with dogs that might need to be rehomed from my other working with a shelter, and I knew at once. I got in the middle, and they were 2 big men, and they were afraid of the littlest one of these. And I got when I read their true intentions, the dogs, and they weren't. They were jumped all over me. So
folks have to remember that the Great Pyrenees breed trait is they protect by intimidation first. They try to intimidate, and they're very, very good at it.
All funny. So, one of this pack, the smaller one, was protecting these 2 big guys, and the one they were afraid of. And these guys aren't bad barkers at all. I can just say, leave it.
Those aren't Great Pyrenees, are they? Those are just the best costumes we've ever seen in our lives.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, and great with kids. at the playground, kids get drawn to them because they're big and fluffy and sweet. And kids will run around like we don't like at the playground. I mean, at the doggy park. And my dogs are just sweet around them. And
And
I
that's, I'm glad you said that, Carmen,
Mhm,
because doggy park and kids.
mhm.
Wow, that's not good combination, is it? Not just for your dogs, be anybody's dogs.
Right.
So, but at least you're aware because you even mentioned it, right?
Yeah. And they're
So,
cool with even old people. I mean, you could have an 80-year-old walk Brody, and he would actually be great for someone that loved to stay home because he can do anything. He can either go out or stay home.
I like
Dory,
to stay home.
and he would fall asleep, like I said, if you just rubbed on his head right here, and he's out. And then Dory's just a sweetheart. She's great. At nighttime, she always, after I giving them their night treats, she comes up beside my bed and says good night, and then goes back to bed. And it's funny, 2 nights ago, Brody started doing the same thing she did. I don't give him a treat, from my bed, but they come and say night night, and then they go back and get on their mats. And so it's just a little sweet, heartwarming thing they do.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
look at
there you
that
have
face.
it. This is awesome. First time foster. She has 2 dogs, and now I think didn't you know about those 2 dogs before GPRS did?
Actually, there were 3 altogether,
Oh,
and
3. I'm sorry.
that knew about GPRS, and she got me hooked up with them. I knew that it would reach more people if I went through them. The rescue I'd worked with before, they were shut down with dog flu, and so I was glad to have that contact that hooked me up with a great organization like GPRS. So they've been really helpful in getting their shots, and they're spayed and neutered already, and wormed.
Wow.
And so it's been great getting those connections and stuff.
Well, good. Well, welcome aboard to the GPRS and Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where you're going to see those 2. Now, you won't see them side by side because they're not bonded. If there's a bonded pair, what I've been noticing on their website, they will let you know on each individual bio that they're bonded with this other dog. They're not. I misspoke, and I'm going to be in trouble after the show. I already see it coming, and I deserve it. All right,
They go to the same home. They're very good and respectful of each other. But they don't have to. So sometimes siblings can't go to the same home because I guess territory or picking.
No, it's because of the human aspect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But
For those that ever heard of like sibling rivalry, well, that's not even applies to dogs. What happens is the siblings will feed off of each other. And if we continue to do that without working with the human element individually with each dog, then pretty soon we have run into a situation where, well, the dogs no longer need the human. They won't listen. They won't come. They won't nothing. I mean, we don't need you. Who are you? Put my food down, walk away, woman. That's kind of how it gets.
Okay.
Right? So it's a lot of work adopting siblings, a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, and that's any rescue. That's not just this rescue. That's just about any Great Pyrenees. All of them I work with have the same policy. So,
yeah.
Wow, we got to get rolling here. We're on overtime.
Okay.
And we still have folks watching. Thank you, everybody. And sorry for the man. I mean, I didn't have internet and I don't know what to do. I know. I'm just blaming that for this little crap, but so it's kind of big. And Serena, thank you so much for covering. And Stephanie, we got to talk. You did such a good
she
job.
did a great job. Thank you.
Yeah. But
thank you everybody for joining today.
Yeah, Coltrane's an amazing boy. I've been wanting to meet him since we started communicating with Stephanie about getting him on the show. So, Carmen, thank you so much for fostering. We hope you continue to foster.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
you don't get punished by coming on the show a whole lot, but you may have to every once in a while.
I'd love for these.
All
Make it-
right. That's all I have. Next week, we do have a bonded pair coming on. So I
good.
can't remember their names right now because I didn't write it down because I was busy, fretting because I didn't have internet. But Julie, she picked the slack right up. Thank you, Julie. Nice work.
That's
We
all right.
never went over how to do that either.
No, so though, everyone was like, I'm in the backstage, and I was like, I don't know where that is. But
We'll
thank
go
you,
over that
Stephanie,
one
for
too. Right.
starting the show out with me, and thank you everybody
Right.
for
Now
being on. Steve,
we're
thank
gonna
you for
we're gonna
me
play
through
our
this.
exit. Let everybody get back to their swimming pools or skiing, depending on which zip code you're in. And we'll see y'all next Sunday. We do have a bonded pair coming up. Dino, I think, is one of them, isn't it? I don't remember. Serena put it in the comments. She's good at that. So see you guys next Sunday. We did have a good
All right.
holiday, but see, hey, there we go. There's what happened. We were off for 2 weeks. You have to retrain us.
That's
Not
right.
our fault.
That's right.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.